Manchester United 1, Copenhagen 0. United move to third in our Champions League group, a point off of Galatasaray in second, and our first win in the Champions League this year. And our first points. Look, it weren't done in the most fantastic form, most fantastic way. You could argue we got lucky in the end. But we don't care. We do not care. We got the job done. We've got the 3 points. And that's all that matters. That being said, it is a little bit worrying, isn't it, that we can't play Copenhagen and dominate the game. But we won the game. So I don't care in a way. Look, I am worried. As much as I can say I don't care. Because at the end of it was the same during the Ollie days. Yeah, we didn't play great, but at the end of the day, football is a results business. And you will be marked on the results you get. And today, we've got a big 3 points. That's the positive. There are negatives. And one of those has to be in the way we got the win today. We weren't particularly the better team, were we? Like, did we dominate the game? Well, could you ever say we were in control? No. And against Copenhagen, we have to be a side that can control this sort of game. You look at Arsenal; they've gone to Sevilla tonight and they've dominated that game. You've got Real Madrid. Real Madrid will dominate games against Braga, who are probably a better side than this Copenhagen side. And look, dominating the game isn't just necessarily about possession. Sevilla dominated the ball against Arsenal, but you look at the expected goals: 2 to Arsenal, not even 1 for Sevilla. In comparison, you look at United. I guarantee our expected goals are much less. 1.66 compared to 2 for Galatasaray. And that's what I mean. We're not creating quality chances. We're not stopping quality chances being created. And at the end of the day, it's taken a last minute penalty saved by Andre Onana and a very late Harry Maguire winner to seal the 2 sides from a set piece. Obviously, I know he got cleared and so on before the goal, but essentially that goal has come from a set piece. And we're getting to the point where we've just got to be better than that. But look, we'll get into player ratings, because that's what we're here for. So, I mean, I was going to give Harry Maguire the man of the match, but given what we've just seen from Onana, I'm going to give him man of the match. And I'll give Onana an 8. Massive penalty save. Oh, we'll just change it to white. 8, a man of the match. Look, massive penalty save, and that's realistic why he gets this 8. He made some big saves as well throughout the game. But look, without that penalty save, United could have been in, and would have been in big trouble in this Champions League group. We really, really would have. That penalty saves still puts us pretty much in control of our own destiny. We win all the games we've got left, we will qualify. We win. The only game we lose is against Bayern Munich. Providing Galatasaray don't beat Bayern Munich, we qualify. So it's in our hands. It's in our hands. which is the important thing, and that is thanks to Andre Onana, as well as this bloke, Harry Maguire. So he also gets an 8. Not quite man of the match, though. Diogo Dalot, I have a 7. 6. As can Region. And Varane can have a 7. Look, I think Maguire was fantastic today. I think Varane was good. The fullbacks were all right. Nothing great, nothing terrible. For me, I just feel as if, look, Harry Maguire on the ball is better than Varane. He's very, very progressive with his passes, and he helps us get up the pitch. And especially while we don't have Lisandro Martinez, we need someone that can do that for us, and that is Harry Maguire. Very much deserving of his 8 today, and obviously that goal. It's what's won us the game alongside that Andre Onana penalty save. I'm very happy with both performances today. McTominay. What can you say about him? I'm so tired of him. He is a hybrid player. And I think in very specific roles that are kind of almost built for him, he could be great. Because McTominay reminds me of like a pro clubs player, where he's a midfielder, but instead of kind of being all-rounded, where you have good passing, good shooting, good defending, good dribbling, so on, he's kind of just maxed out what he's good at. So he's kind of just thrown all of his skill points or whatever on shooting, on physicality. So in and around the box, he will score goals. In the air, he will win stuff. When he's shoulder to shoulder, he will win the ball. But on the ball, he's not good enough. He doesn't have that eye for a pass. He doesn't have the IQ and understanding of the game to kind of position himself to pick up the ball. When he's on the ball, he's not a good dribbler. Like I say, his passing isn't there. He's not creative. He's not a playmaker. Defensively, he's not great either. He's a second striker almost. And look, he played as a 10, then he played as an 8/6. I don't think he was particularly great either. I'm gonna have to give him a 4. I mean, I don't think it was a penalty, but he gave away the penalty as well. Amrabat can have a 6. I mean, Anthony and Rashford both 5s. They just did nothing. I can't really remember Anthony hardly touching the ball. Rashford got the ball a bit more, but what did he do with it? Nothing. He was really poor today, Rashford. Bruno, I didn't like him deeper. He went more advanced. He got a little bit better. Was a bit more creative. Put one on a plate for Garnacho who missed. Created a few more good chances. He was played through the ball for Højlund. He gets a 6 and just about. And I'm going to give Højlund a 6 as well. Again, I don't think Højlund was great. I don't think he was awful. Again, it's a lack of chances being created, which is the big issue with Rasmus Højlund. And look, I spoke about it before the game, is that Højlund doesn't get chances. And that is why I wouldn't be opposed to Martial playing, because Martial can't score less goals than Højlund because Højlund isn't scoring. Now, is that Højlund's fault? Not necessarily. I think the players around him are more of an issue at the moment than him himself. That being said, I think Rashford, what Martial offers will help get the best out of the players around it. Højlund. So in that way, Martial. So we would see more goals from Rashford, Anthony, and probably Bruno Fernandes with Martial there as opposed to Højlund. And that's not on Højlund. That's just because Martial is a different player to Højlund. and Højlund's there to be a goal scorer, and because of that, he needs chances created for him. Martial can score goals, but I feel like Martial is a better link-up play and getting the best out of those around him, especially in an attacking sense. If these guys were creative wingers, then Højlund would help get the best out of them, but they're not really, are they? On the bench, Garnacho. I'm going to give him a 6. We'll make it black. For me, look, he was all right. Missed some big chances, which probably dropped him down from a 7 to a 6. Martial can also have a 6. Came on late. I can't remember him touching the ball. Really, probably shouldn't even be getting marked. Lindelof, I'm going to give him a 7. Eriksen, I'm actually going to give an 8 to. So, yeah, Garnacho could have been a 7. I think he's much better than Rashford on that left-hand side, better than Antony as well. And again, if he took those 2 chances, one of those 2 chances, he would definitely have a 7. But he didn't. So he drops down to a 6. Martial, like I say, hardly touched the ball. Lindelof came on at left-back. I can't really remember anyone getting the better of him. He was all right, Victor Lindelof, and made a very, very good tackle / block in the latter stage of that second half. So a 7, I think it's fair. Christian Eriksen came on. And it probably helped that we pushed Bruno further forward because we had more of a player that wants to go grab the game by the scruff of the neck and go get the ball from our midfielders, or from our deeper midfielders, than what McTominay did in that first half. But I think Eriksen helped really settle the game and control the game. And that second half, we were much better than we were in the first. And I think a lot of that has to do with Christian Eriksen and his game today and performance today. I was very, very happy with Eriksen. 7.5, maybe more fairer than an 8. But I think he would probably our third best player on the day after Onana and Harry Maguire, to be honest. So I'm happy to give him an 8. Then tonight, I'm gonna give him a 5. Actually, look, I get we have injury problems. I do, and look, every time I speak on United, I always speak on this and say, look, a lot of things have been blown out of proportion this season for United. I have to say, whether that's simply as our start to the season when we lost to Arsenal, Spurs, and Brighton. And after we beaten Wolves and Nottingham Forest, and it was, oh my God, and then we lost to Bayern. It was like, oh my God, we're so awful. No, we've just played really hard games. That's why we're not picking up wins. So, especially given half of our team is injured, and you look at that back line today, only one regular start. We're missing Lisandro Martinez, we're missing Luke Shaw, and we're missing Wan-Bissaka, who would all start for us, or at least Luke Shaw and Lisandro Martinez definitely would. Maybe not Wan-Bissaka. Him and Dalot are kind of in and out. So, and then you look at the midfield. I think United have been very much hit with injury. So I've been very defensive of Erik ten Hag, but today, I don't get McTominay starting, playing the full 90. He just wasn't good. Just was not good. And he's not very good. Gave away a penalty again today, and which we eventually got away with. Mason Mount, for example, was sat on the bench for the entire game today. I think he's been one of our best players this season. I don't understand why he's not playing. Garnacho should be starting. Rashford has not been good enough anywhere in any game this season. Antony's not been great again. I think, again, you look at, is Martial going to get a chance to start? I even look at Hannibal Mabry. Was playing well. We play Crystal Palace with a front four of Mabry, Garnacho, Pellistri, and Martial. That was our best game this season. I don't think none of them have started since. We haven't seen Maybury play since. So I don't get why he ain't playing. I don't get the constant use of these same players. And I would understand if we were seeing us play good football, but maybe the results weren't coming. Then I can understand sticking with it. But again, our best game, and we've played our best football with that second team against Crystal Palace. Yet we continue with the same 11, or pretty much the same 11 every week. It just doesn't add up. And that is why I'm giving out Ten Hag a 5, because today we haven't played well. We've got away with one really today. And on another day, we draw that game, we lose that game, and we're pretty much out of the Champions League at that point. And that, in a group, look, it's not an easy group, I don't think. And I said that when we drew it. But a performance like that, and to be where we are in this group, it's not good enough. And serious questions need to be asked of Erik ten Hag and his decision making in these starting lineups and the players that he keeps on using, as opposed to others when performances on the pitch just aren't dictating that. Again, our best game this season came against Palace, where it was Onana in goal. It was Dalot, Lindelof, Maguire, and Amrabat as the left back. Casemiro and Mount with a front four of Palestri on the right, Hannibal Maybury at 10, Garnacho on the left, Martial up top. That was our best performance. We dominated Crystal Palace in that game, controlled it. Haven't seen that team since. You look at Maguire, this is his first start since, when not everyone's been fit, and when people have been fit, so he could have been dropped. Martial hasn't started since. Garnacho hasn't. Palestri hasn't. I don't even know if Mount has. So I don't get that. Some of these players, Rashford, Antony, you could even argue Bruno Fernandes in a sense, need to be dropped. And McTominay, he needs to go. That is going to be it from me, though. If you have enjoyed, please hit that like button below. Subscribe if you are new and you haven't already. United, we did beat Copenhagen, despite that kind of sorrow state to end to this. We did beat Copenhagen. We are just about on course to qualify from our group in the Champions League. We're not in a great position, but I think we will do it, especially from this point. We play Newcastle next weekend. We've got the Manchester Derby on Sunday. We will be live for that. A big performance needed. A win really needed. Let's hope we can do it. I'll see you all probably Saturday, maybe Friday, for the preview. So yeah, I'll see you all then. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you all in the next